we talk about people groups and the dispersion of languages, one person, at least in my mind, really stands out in church history. And that person is the father of modern missions, the father of the modern missionary movement, William Carey. William Carey pioneered the way for people who wanted to take the gospel, who had the conviction to take the gospel to difficult places, right? Across nations, across ethnic traditions, across language barriers. And for William Carey, it all started in 1779, when the 18-year-old Carey was converted by a Baptist pastor, and shortly after began himself training as a Baptist pastor. During this time, Carey also became a shoe cobbler in order to support himself. He would cobble shoes by day and study theology by night. And then, just in his spare time, Carey was able to teach himself Greek, Hebrew, Latin, Italian, and French. In 1781, William Carey met and married a woman by the name of Dorothy Plackett. Ironically, Dorothy was illiterate, and even more ironically, Dorothy didn't have the same desire for ministry that William had. Nevertheless, in 1789, William Carey became pastor of Harvey Lane Baptist Church in Leicester, England. And after reading about the life of the missionary David Brainerd, who took the gospel to the American Indians, and also after reading the records of the explorer James Cook of the unevangelized nations, Carey became all the more convicted of the looming missionary task that faced the church. William, therefore, decided to take up this charge wholeheartedly, and for 7 years, he worked to persuade churches to start the first missionary sending organization among English Baptists. Ultimately, he succeeded in this task, and in 1792, when they opened the Particular Baptist Society for propagating the gospel among the heathen. It's a long name. They shortened it later to the BMS. But Carey's ultimate goal, however, wasn't merely to make a missionary sending organization. Carey's ultimate goal was to take the gospel himself to people, to nations. And so the very next year, in 1793, Carey and his wife became the first missionaries of that organization that they founded. And they would travel then to Serampore, India, where over the next 40 years, Carey would preach the gospel, ministering then to the native peoples of India, translating and teaching the Bible in 40 different languages to people who had never before heard the name of Christ.